All right, here's my video for my Michael Jordan collection, and I have them in a binder. I've had these in a binder for a long time, and I know the lighting, shadows, and reflection are not perfect, but I just want to go ahead and kind of give this as a preliminary look of my collection. Hopefully improve everything later on for the viewers, but you can see a lot of hoops, whether it's the All-Star or the base. And then a lot of these are just early 90s. And I also have some tops. Some of these tops have some gold cards, but again, back to hoops. There are some inserts. Again, here's a tops gold, like I just mentioned. But a lot of these are not rare, but they are some of my favorite cards in my collection. And I by far have the most Michael Jordans than any other player in any sport. Here's the Fleer 1990, kind of his famous dunking action photo. Here's the year after. I don't like these borders. I'm not a big fan of the blue and the red, but it's kind of cool, some of these shots that they have of him. And then maybe even worse, the year after, in my opinion. And then they go to the white borders, which it looks a lot cleaner. Fleer Ultra is one of my favorite, or this is Fleer, but in a second I'm gonna have Fleer Ultra. So Fleer really starts to get glossy. There are some inserts. Here's the old Fleer Ultra. Kind of a premium stock, and like I said, a glossy finish. And then Stadium Club comes in as well. Fleer Metal Universe. Some really cool cards, especially this one with the kind of solar system background. You see a lot of this kind of stuff today, but they were forerunners. They had the Beam Team, Stadium Club, some baseball, some Bowman's Best. Those are pretty nice. SP, Flair, and then you start to see him in his Wizards uniform. Again, now you have Upper Deck, like Black Diamond, and they start to have that. Skybox. How classic was Skybox? I have a bunch of these, but when these came out in 1990, it was just, they just look so different, almost artistic compared to the other ones. The ones that are blank back over here, those are like cut out from the boxes. First year Upper Deck, very slick. In my opinion, I think they're kind of underrated. They printed so many of these that they're not very valuable. As you could tell, I'm just one collector and I have dozens of them here. But man, Upper Deck, whether any sport, I know they're not worth a ton, but the photography and the layout and the design. Here's some holograms. Kind of get the effect if I move those around. Again, more just early 90s Skybox and some insert cards. I remember getting one of these in a cereal box. I thought that was like the coolest thing. And then you have some Dream Team cards and some Z-Force. I think that's Skybox. Then back to Stadium. Yeah, so kind of wrapping some things up here. Do have some inserts, but not a lot. And then tops here at the end. So there you go, that's my Jordan binder. I know that some of you are, if you are card collectors, you're like, why do you just have those in pages and not top loaders? I'm gonna move into a top loader binder eventually, and I'll share kind of my progress as I take care of my collection. Thank you for watching.